Married to Medicine Season 11 Reunion Part 1 is kind of strange to me only because Quad is trying to have a baby. She started IVF. She has Jackie talking about it. But we all know that Lateasha has been trying to get pregnant since, last season. Do you guys think that Quad is doing this on purpose, or do you think it's just time for her to have a baby? Because I haven't heard Quad mentioning about any type of pregnancy until she has heard Lateasha talking about having a baby with Dr. Greg. Or do you just think it's just bad timing? It could be a coincidence. Or do you feel as though Quad is in fact in competition with Lateasha and Greg? Hi, you guys, this is Rain Said That, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're going to get it right into the reunion part 1 of Married to Medicine because it was a lot of things going on. And we definitely can see, from the last episode, it doesn't seem as though, all the relationships are back on track. And the first person that we're going to be talking about today is Dr. Simone versus Quad, because I definitely agree with everything Dr. Simone has said. I stated in another video that Quad has not treated, everybody in this group fairly, because she thought that she was going to be the Candy or the Nene of the group when she was working at Sister Circle. And then she decided to put them on blast in saying that Sister Circle friendship was way over Married to Medicine. But since that didn't work out, she had to come back to the group. And Dr. Simone felt like she said what she said, and she stands on whatever that she said. And that's one thing that I do like about Dr. Simone, because she has been fair, or at least tried to be fair to Quad. But Quad does want everybody to kiss her behind. And I feel as though she feels this way is because of Quad's previous action. Now, she did take accountability about opening her mouth about the tragic event that happened at Quad's house. But at the same time, Dr. Simone is saying that she does not apologize for what happened in Napa because that's how she felt. Because she feels as though she wants a real friendship with Quad, and Quad wants a surface level friendship, or let's just say when it's convenient to her. And I feel as though Dr. Simone wants a real friendship outside the show, like she has a friendship with Dr. Jackie with Quad, but Quad is not allowing that. She feels as though Quad is fake and surface level, and that she is not really a friend. What do you guys think of their friendship? Do you think that Dr. Simone and Quad is going to get on the same grounding, or do you guys think that they should let it go? Because this relationship is definitely beyond repair. I feel as though every single season they're trying to talk it out, they're trying to work it out, but it just doesn't work. Even though they are co-workers and they do have to see each other on the show, I feel as though that Simone just needs to stop trying and just be cordial with her. Now, doing part 1, Dr. Jackie didn't really have a lot to say besides speaking, about the IVF. And Toya definitely put, Dr. Jackie on blast, just saying that she really didn't want to give the apology. She just didn't want to argue with Quad. Because this season, Dr. Jackie didn't really have anything going on besides work. And, we didn't really see anything, or nothing's going on with her, which is not a bad thing. She just kind of like a background, character this season, because everybody doesn't have a storyline every single season. So I do find out like last season was Toya having a storyline and things before that. But honestly, I feel as though the whole situation regarding Toya and her being honest, because Toya does call out everybody for their honesty. But as you know, that Toya does not own up to a lot of her things, especially when it's time for her to speak her truth. Like Dr. Simone stated, that Toya is not honest about her situation, but she expects honesty from people. So do you guys agree with Dr. Simone when she was stating those things about Toya? And I feel as though that their relationship and dynamic is still fractured. I don't really see anything as far as like anyone having a real friendships besides Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie. And that's because they had a friendship before the show. Even their friendship was causing, friction when Dr. Jackie is friends with Dr. Heavenly. And, she hasn't seen that type of, side of Dr. Jackie, having a friend like Dr. Heavenly. But they do still have a friendship, outside the show. But other than that, even with Quad and Heavenly, it's kind of a weird dynamic because if Quad and Heavenly, if Heavenly is not 100%, backing Quad, then Quad really doesn't want anything to do with her. But I feel as though they do have a good friendship. It's just, she just can't trust Heavenly with her business because Heavenly has a podcast. But other than that, I do feel as though the closest people on the show would be, besides Dr. Jackie and Simone, would be Quad and Heavenly. They do have a good dynamic and a good friendship, but at the same time, I feel as though, she doesn't really trust her with that much. But honestly, I do feel as though Heavenly does not tell everyone's business. She does keep secrets as well. Now let's get into the whole situation with Lateasha and Quad, because if Quad didn't have any issues with Lateasha, then why is she shading her every chance that she gets? Now the whole situation where Lateasha told everybody that Toya told her to go against Quad, and I 100% believe so, because the season where Quad had Anila go against, Toya, and now everything is reversed. So I don't feel like Lateasha is lying when she said that Toya did that. I feel like it is true. This is why Toya told her to kick Quad out of her party, is because she'll listen to everything Toya said, because Toya was the one trying to, pull the strings between Quad and Tisha, because the whole situation with Anila, her house being broken into, and her allegedly saying that someone is sleeping with the contractor with Quad, it was just a lot. And I do feel as though Toya does be getting her hands dirty. It's just Toya wants to throw rocks and hide her hands, because why would Lateasha lie on Toya like that? And like she said, she didn't really have an issue with Quad, but it seems as though Quad has an issue because Quad is still resentful about that relationship with Dr. Greg, and she doesn't really want that to progress. Not because she's still in love with him, but I feel as though that she just doesn't like Dr. Greg. She doesn't want to see Dr. Greg, and she doesn't want them on a show. Which is, I mean, who wouldn't? Who would want to see their ex or work with their ex, all the time? I do understand that, but you cannot fault Lateasha if she's new into the group. And honestly, like I said, I do feel like it was some truth to that. And Quad is not a victim. She has been playing this victim role. Yes, they did try to kick her off the show in Napa, and she felt like it was taken too far. But at the same time, she has done a lot of dirt through previous season. She just act like that she's a victim. It's just when she dishes it, but when it's back on her, it's hard to take, and now she's a victim, and now she want to cry about the situation. So I do understand where Lateasha is coming from, being new. Everyone else has alliances and relationships on the show, and Lateasha's trying to make it. And I didn't really like the way the girls were treating her, like, oh, this is my domain, I've been here for 11 years, you just got here, so you need to bow down, and things of that nature, as though Lateasha cannot speak for herself. Everything that she's saying was a lie. So honestly, in part one, I feel like everybody was pretty much against Lateasha except for Dr. Simone. Even though Dr. Jackie didn't really say anything as well, Dr. Jackie is not going to speak against, Dr. Heavenly, so she's just going to pretty much stay quiet. So it was basically like everybody against Lateasha. She can't say anything. She can't really have any responses without someone saying anything, back to her. And Contessa as well, because her and Contessa is pretty cool. But yeah, it just felt as though, even when she was trying to defend herself with everything that Toya was saying, was telling her that she needs to hush, she doesn't need to speak. And, because Toya was lying. Do you guys feel as though Toya was not being honest and truthful about her trying to set up the beef between Lateasha and Quad all over this situation because she wanted revenge from last season when she was saying that, she sent people to Anila's house, or speculating that, and also saying that she spread that rumor about Quad and her contractor. So I don't think that Lateasha would lie about something like that. And plus, she is new on the show. Now, the thing was, everyone was talking about why Phaedra did not show up. And I'm kind of glad that Phaedra did not show up, because they did not like Phaedra. They're always talking about her, her having more money than them, her being more successful than them, even off the show. So I do feel as though Phaedra, makes a good point. But honestly, I feel as though Phaedra is just ready to go on a Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they were acting like that they like her, but they did not really like Phaedra, because when she wrote that check, no one had nothing to say, but they were just saying, oh, she got on a private jet, or she thinks that she has more money, or she thinks that she's better than them, when that's not the case. I don't think that's the case at all when it comes to Phaedra. I just feel as though she felt as nobody had her back, but I feel as though she just wanted to be done and to move on and to do another show, which was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that's why I feel like that she didn't come. Did you guys think that she did not come because of the whole situation with Apollo and his wife? I don't feel like that's the case at all. And then right on top of that, he did file, his wife Shireen did file a divorce for Apollo. So does Apollo want her? It doesn't look like he wants her either. She was so fast to tell, Phaedra that, he don't want you, but obviously Apollo didn't want you either. You was just there after he got out of jail. And I'm telling you that Apollo does still want Phaedra, because why is he so bothered? It's not really about check. It's just he wants to know who's next, and he doesn't really want anyone close to her so he can squeeze his way back in. Now, the whole situation with Contessa and Dr. Heavenly, I don't think that friendship is going to be mended, only because too much damage has been done. And I know everyone says forgiveness and, forgive and forget, but it's never the same. The relationship is never the same after, they break trust, especially for women. It's already hard for women to be in friendships as that. And, I just feel like a lot of damage has been done. Now, the rumors has been spreading about Dr. Kimes allegedly having a side baby or a side family. And in part 2, we're going to be seeing, what has been said, because Contessa states that he has another baby or a child allegedly. And Dr. Heavenly has said, that just sounds crazy. And Andy has asked everybody, so what have you guys have been hearing? And Dr. Simone said that she heard something. But of course, Dr. Jackie's not going to say anything because she has allegiance to Heavenly. And of course, Quad isn't going to say anything as well because they have this thing going on. But one thing I do like about Dr. Simone is that she is honest for the most part, and she does tell it how it is, because a lot of people be hiding stuff. And if you're going to put her marriage and her infidelity, including Jackie's, on blast, then why Heavenly cannot put her, business on blast? Because it's about time that it's Heavenly's turn to have her relationship and her marriage in the spotlight, because she's so quick to talk about everyone else's husband and their family and their problems that she has not been revealing so much about her marriage, especially this season, since her kids are out to college and everyone's in school, where now her relationship is quite vulnerable because it's the only thing that she has left. She doesn't have, to go home and check on her kids. So everyone is trying to figure out, okay, you guys are saying that you guys are busy, or what is really going on in your marriage? And I feel as though, Heavenly has every right to protect her marriage, not having everybody in her business. But if there is something going on, just know that everyone is going to find out. And I feel as though it's going to be next season.